BoogeyBeats. Ha 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 ha!
You fought very well. Now, the village is safe.
By my hand.
Why are you...
You shall die! Eve long, every bit as strong as the rumors say.
Hello everyone that's watching, it's BoogeyBeats with the game reviews you already know. Today we are reviewing the Wulong Fallen Dynasty demo. Set to release March 3rd, 2023, developed by Team Ninja, the same people behind the games like Nioh and Dead or Alive. Published by Koei Tecmo. You can buy this game for $60 for the standard version and $85 for the deluxe edition. Pre-ordering the game will grant you access to DLC such as armor, nothing crazy. It's available to play for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox One Series X and S, and of course PC. And if you have the Game Pass, you can play for free on March 2nd. Save data transfers from the demo to the full game. As always, this video contains spoilers, so skip the parts you want to see, use the timestamps, and yeah, let's begin. You begin the game by creating your character. There's a lot to choose from, so after that, the game begins, and I hope you're ready. Use regular spirit attacks in combat. Normal attacks are faster and can increase your spirit. Spirit attacks are slower but deal more spirit damage, which can reduce the enemy's spirit gauge. Defeated enemies sometimes drop loot, such as weapons, consumable items, and armor. Up until the second boss, you won't be able to buy new armor and weapons, so you'll be relying on drops for a bit. But it's okay. Before I go further, it's important to note that the game is hard. Hard as hell. You will die multiple times if you're new to Souls-like game genre. If you've ever played Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Sekiro, or Nioh, you'll be just fine. The game has a counter system. When the enemies use critical moves, they turn red. Press the deflect button just before they hit you to parry an incoming move. These attacks are unblockable. I died countless times against the first boss. If you can't beat this dude, you won't make it far in the game. But more on him later. This game makes use of a morale system. Every enemy has morale rank. The number shown above their head shows how tough they will be to fight. You as the player also have a morale rank, which can be increased by defeating enemies and finding battle flags, which are all over the map. Battle flags are also like mini checkpoints as well. Think about Dark Souls and the bonfire. So when you die, you will respawn at these points. Also, if you rest at these points, you will restore health and respawn the enemies back. If you die, your morale rank will drop, while the enemy's morale will rise. Defeating enemies with higher morale will also increase your morale. The max morale you can have on a given map is 25. And every time you start a mission, your morale will be set to 0. You will need to master the dodge, deflect, and block mechanics of the game, or your journey will end at the first boss. When the enemy turns red, they are about to hit you with an attack that cannot be blocked. Press the deflect button just before you get hit to redirect your enemy's attacks. This saves you from death and leaves them open for additional attacks. If you just spam the deflect button or use it wrong, you will deplete your spirit gauge, making it easier for enemies to stun you. This isn't an issue until you face your first boss. Every weapon has a deflect difficulty. This determines how much spirit gauge the weapon consumes after every deflect. You start off with a sword, which is fast, and a polearm, which is slower but does more damage. You can also level up your character, putting points into various elements, which then determines what strengthens certain stats depending on what you choose. Wood raises HP, spirit defense, spell duration, increases wood affinity, earth resistant, decreases metal resistant, and scales with swords. Fire raises HP, spirit gain rate for attacking, reduces spirit consumption rate for martial arts, increases fire affinity and metal resistance, decreases water resistance, and scales with straight sabers. Earth raises HP, spirit gain rate for deflecting and max equipment weight, increases earth affinity and water resistance, decreases wood resistance, scales with glaives. Metal raises HP, raises spirit stability, reduces spirit consumption rate for wizardry skills or spells, increases metal affinity and wood resistance, decreases fire resistance, scales with curved sabers. Water, raises HP and stealth, reduces spirit consumption rate for deflect, increases water affinity and fire resistance, decreases earth resistance, scales with dual swords and ranged weapons. Depending on how you allocate your points, this will determine what wizardry spells you can use, which are just skills basically. You can assign to hotkeys or quick slots. Some of these skills need certain amount of element points to be used and won't let you use them until you have invested some points into them, anywhere from 1 to 40 or above. So check your path before investing points into them. In addition, some of these skills need a minimum morale rank to be used. You might be wondering how to beat the first 3 bosses in the game. Put points into the armor and health wizardry spells or skills for better survival chances. The first boss, just attack him using the sword. You gotta be relentless though. When he backs away, switch weapons. He's gonna swing and it has crazy range. Deflecting and guarding will be your best friend. When he uses critical attacks, the red attacks, just use to deflect, which will fill up his gauge. When boss's orange gauge is full, you will be able to do some big damage blow. During the second phase, you're going to want to attack him a few times, then go back to the defensive role. When he does his arm critical moves, just deflect them, breaking his arms. Rinse and repeat. Don't let your spirit be depleted. When that happens, you can't defend yourself. It may take a couple tries to beat him, but be patient and remember, deflecting will be your friend. When the first boss reaches half health, you will be able to summon Divine Beast, and boom, you beat your first boss. The second and third bosses are very similar. I mean, you have your allies this time to aid you in battle, which actually do something. Unlike the first dude, he was just throwing rocks or pebbles or I don't know what he was doing. They will take the brunt of the attacks. There's a chance to use the spells, martial arts, and other attacks to chip away at the enemy's health. All in all, this game is hard as fuck, so if you're looking for a challenge, this will definitely be your game. I died countless times against the first boss, but it's all fun when you get the mechanics down right. The demo allows you to fight the first 3 bosses. After you beat the first boss, who has 2 phases, you'll be able to play online, pick it up with your friends, or play with strangers. The choice is yours. There are so many more things in this game, like Divine Beasts, which really help, martial arts, and so much more. But that's it for this video. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make another video about going more in depth. It's gonna be crazy. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you liked our content, remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon to stay updated on our future content. It's BoogeyBeats with the crazy reviews. I'm out.
You fought well, my friend. That was a sight to behold. I cannot understand how one as strong as you could have gone unnoticed. Your force was like that of a dragon soaring heavenward. My companion wore a smile as he departed this life, falling on the field of battle. I was unsure of what I ought do to protect those dear to me. But you, a warrior as valiant as a dragon, have shown me the way. I, Zhao Yun, shall pierce through the darkness, enveloping our age. An army of 100,000 might stand in my way, but it would matter not. For like a majestic Qilin, I shall carve out a road to peace. Forward. We will retake the mountain and avenge the fallen.